So, Monday Night Raw, fallout from Survivor Series. We begin with Goldberg. Goldberg cutting a really solid promo and being like, you know what? I've got one more title run left in me. And that goes through the Royal Rumble. 20 other guys, you're next. Cool. He knocked it out of the park. Roman Reigns, watch what Goldberg does. It's short, impactful sentences delivered well. No suffering succotash, no tater tots. It's a strong, directful, to the point. The New Day defends their tag belts against Cesaro. Cesaro does a pretty good job. They're working like a decently oiled machine. It looks like they're going to finally defeat the New Day, who are closing in on the Demolition tag team record. But Xavier gets involved, which makes Cesaro release the sharpshooter. Roll up by Kofi. This match was all Cesaro catching people in midair and then treating them like toddlers. It's like, oh, I caught you, Big E. Into a power slam. Oh, I caught you, Kofi. Into a tilt one-arm backbreaker. How that guy has not had like 2 world titles, I don't know why. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Big Cass plays a trick on Enzo. So Enzo's walking around naked. He runs the foul Lana. Lana, who I guess peaks his manhood. How you doing? Rusev does not like this. Rusev challenges Enzo to a match. Rusev kills Enzo. Worked. Did a good job. Now I'm looking forward to seeing Big Cass, Rusev. It works. I like it. The club took on Golden Truth, and the match was more competitive than it had any right to be, with the club getting the victory. As punishment for Sami Zayn not winning the IC title, he took on Braun Strowman. Strowman kills him. Mick Foley stops the match. She's like, no, he can't, no, he's done. You've killed him, Braun. You have literally killed Sami Zayn in the center of that ring. It was brutal. It was like that hard to watch brutal. But Strowman's your monster. Build him like a monster. Cool with that. Really cool with that. Charlotte came down to talk about how amazing she is. How she is the queen. How she is just awesome. Let's make Sasha come down. He's like, oh, by the way, I still have my rematch from Hell in a Cell. Charlotte's like, you want that tonight? Pfft, we'll do it next week in my hometown. Which then makes Nia Jax come down. Nia Jax, Dana, and Charlotte being a triple team Sasha Banks. But then Bayley comes down. So of course, that means tag match player, holla holla holla. And Sasha beats Charlotte because it's Raw. Sasha always beats Charlotte on Raw. Just never on a pay-per-view. It's good seeing Nia get a couple of lines in. It's practically your whole division in a match. It did well enough. It continued the storylines. Now I have to talk to the real, true, 110% meat of this whole show. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The Cruiserweight division. They did 2 Cruiserweight matches. 2. Okay. Cedric Alexander took on Navari. Nice match. I dig Cedric Alexander. Crowd could care relatively less. They do a nice bump scissors on the top rope. He gets pulled off, and then kind of hits like his arm on the other top rope. It looks just vicious. Hits a lumbar check, wins the match. Good match, worked well. Crowd doesn't care because no one's going to be into character development. Perkins, Dar, Rich Swann have a triple threat match. Nice ring work. They get along well. Rich Swann gets the victory, but again, the crowd giving them like 2014 Divas Pop. Which is sad because they're putting on some solid matches. There's just no reason or rationale or storyline leading up to them. You'd almost think that with it being a new division, they could have easily had done like a leaderboard where if you win a match, you move up a rank. If you lose a match, you go down a rank. You know, that way you know who your number one contender is, who is vying for the number one contendership. Then you can actually build your matches that way, where it's like, well, you know, this is the number one. This is the guy who's going to take on the champion at Roadblock or whatever. Taking on the number 3 guy. If he loses, number 3 become number 1. Does number 1 become number 2? Does number 2 become number 1? You know, it does that fluidity, which at least gives all the matches something. So now I'm on to the true main course and the dessert. Jericho and Owens. Jericho is pissed that the lister got violated last night at Survivor Series. But he knows who did it. So, during a highlight reel, Owens comes down. Cost of the Jeritron, $6,000. Jericho goes, no, $6,500. You were there, Kevin. Crowd eating it up like it's a buffet of the best tasting food ever created for mankind. As we think it's going to happen, they're going to finally come to blows. Owens and Jericho are going to have that match we've been wanting since they became the best of friends. And they decide they know who is to blame for the loss at the Raw, at Survivor Series. Who lost for the Raw team? And it is Roman Reigns, which gets a Roman sucks chant. So they troll the whole audience, who ate everything that was put in front of them. And then when they realized it was all a trick, they did not care. They bought in hook, line, sinker. We're all a bunch of marks. Sorry, Chikara fans. Everyone's like, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Oh, you got me. Oh. Which then led to Rollins coming down. So then Reigns coming down. And then Mick Foley booked a Universal Championship match. No DQ. But Owens went out of Jericho. Rollins went out of Reigns. But it's no DQ, so why does it matter? This match, lots of tables, lots of chairs. Big fight throughout the crowd. With Owens going to try to hit a powerbomb on Rollins. Rollins grabbing onto some scaffolding, climbing up and hitting a giant dive. Then a guy dressed in a Sin Cara mask with a Shinsuke Nakamura sweater attacks Rollins. Ends up being Jericho. Apron powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. Great. So many powerbombs in this match. Rollins hits a running powerbomb, like the buckle bomb, through a table to the buckle. Get the 2 count. Match was great. Fight forever. Had a nice feel to it. Got a lot of storylines going forward. And all in all, man, this was a solid Raw.